On August 1, 2026, gunfire returned to Ethiopia's Tigray region. Clashes between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces and the Tigray Defense Forces near the village of Sherina have reignited fears that a peace deal, which brought an end to one of Africa's deadliest recent conflicts, could be dead. In the midst of these political rivalries and the military maneuvering, hundreds of thousands of Ethiopians remain displaced. For them, peace has been elusive for years.
I have been in this IDP camp for 3 years and am now entering my 4th year. Since arriving, I have struggled to care for my children, suffering cold and hunger daily. Many others share my plight, but we have no choice but to stay here.
Welcome to the flip side. Sherina, a small village in northwestern Tigray. It's here where fighting flared up again on August 1, and it is where Ethiopia's fragile peace now faces one of its toughest tests.
There were people who are not, especially from the TPLF side, who were not satisfied with the agreement. And some, the so-called hardcore TPLF politicians and also military leaders considered this agreement as a kind of capitulation or something like that, because at that time the government had militarily the upper hand.
The Pretoria Agreement ended a 2-year war between Ethiopia's federal government and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, or TPLF. During the previous conflict, Amnesty International documented allegations of war crimes and crimes against humanity by multiple actors. Reports detailed unlawful killings, sexual violence, forced displacement, and other abuses against civilians.
By standing here, we are merely waiting for death. We are on the verge of death, praying to God to take us back to our homes.
If the violence worsens, these same communities are likely to pay the highest price once again.
And for them to return to their villages, to their homesteads, when under the current administration of West Tigray, that will be impossible. That will be too much insecurity around that issue. So they need some kind of security guarantees, either by internationals, federal government, or that the territory should be returned under the administration of Mekele.
Many analysts warned that the Pretoria Agreement stopped the fighting without resolving the deeper disputes that caused it.
It is a cessation of hostilities agreement. Just silencing the guns were the objectives. So the root causes for the war in 2020 to 2022 are not addressed in the Pretoria Agreement. And this is coming back to haunt Tigray and Ethiopia as we speak.
3 major issues remain unresolved. First, territory. Large parts of western Tigray remain under the control of Amhara forces and federal troops, despite repeated demands from Tigrayan authorities. Second, political representation. Many in Tigray feel sidelined by a federal government in which they have little influence. And third, displacement. Nearly 1 million people are still unable to return home. Together, these unresolved grievances risk pushing the region back toward conflict.
Certainly, there is a real danger for that. And when we are talking about the whole region, we are really talking about the whole Horn of Africa region, because the conflicts internally in Ethiopia are interlinked with conflicts in the Sudan. And at the same time, new alliances are also including Eritrea, Somalia, Egypt, and other external countries to this broad conflict theater we see evolving now in the Horn of Africa.
For now, there is a window for de-escalation.
The first thing should be to build up trust among the conflicting powers. Trust means that they have to accept the give and take kind of diplomacy. That is one thing. The second thing is that the agreement, which is sponsored by the African Union, should be put into, they should address the question of TPLF or their members. So it has to address in terms of power sharing, for instance, in terms of getting back what they claim that the territory belongs to Tigray.
Yet, amid the political wrangling, the people most affected by the war often receive the least attention. Without credible security guarantees, hundreds of thousands of displaced people will remain trapped between an unfinished peace process and the fear of renewed war. For them, the Pretoria Agreement was never just about ending fighting. It was about going home. And that is the flip side.